under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica, and yes, we deliver. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top tier service, trusted products. 255-6810 or 316-0164, or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Dominica, it could happen at any time. Whatever you're doing, stop. Are you confirmed to exercise your right, your vote, your party, your responsibility? This fresh confirmation process gives you the power and authority to choose your candidate. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Go exercise your right. The professor unleash your vote. Recomptez toujours devant. Your vote is important. Make it count. You make first communion. Now is your time to confirm. To vote. Look, Patricia, Terry, Shirley, T-Boy, Lucia, Kami already confirmed. Hurry, join the confirmation process. Make sure your name is big and bold on the electors list. Go and register in your names that make sure you work with your witness from your polling station who is already registered. Do it early, do it fast, do it now. Call the confirmation hotline at 617-9595 275-8164. Do it because that makes you 100% Dominican.
It's official! With Digital Plus, you get award-winning internet speeds from streaming, gaming, and more. It was tested and proven by Ookla, the global leader in internet testing. Digital Plus is Dominica's fastest internet network, backed by our 100% fiber-to-the-home network. We provide the fastest and more reliable internet, so you and your family can do all the things you love and way more. Experience our award-winning network today with internet speeds starting at 100 megabytes per second and up. Sign up in store. Digital Plus, better together. Award based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Q3 Q4 2021.
What you're looking for is at Best Price. What you're looking for is at Value Rival.
Best Price, Best Price. Where everything is nice and oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy makes shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best Price open daily all week with home store decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
What you're looking for is at Value Rival.
Energy, strength, vitality. The dream that gives us strength for the extra mile. Vitamalt, smooth, delicious, refreshing, and healthy. Taste it. Rich in vitamin B. Vitamalt, the magical source of energy you know and love. Drink it. Boy, that's nicely. I love my Vitamalt there. Vitamalt, vitalized naturally. Distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
I guess you're ready to talk about Carnival and all the fringe events at this time. As usual, our go-to man, Cultural Ambassador Leroy Walix Charles is on the telephone with us to give his objective view on Carnival 2026. Brother Walix Charles, how are you doing this morning? How are you?
Good morning to you, Matt Pelfy. Goes down with the voice.
Oh, okay.
As I worked over the past couple of days, and competing with the music sometimes can overwhelm you.
Oh, yes.
But,
I think I saw you a couple times. Huh?
You caught me on the road.
I know. I saw you, but I chose to pass the other path, you know? On these days, I try to be very quiet. So tell me, what's your experience for the 2 days of Carnival 2026? Your experience.
Well, overall, Matt, after doing this for almost 20 years, I felt that this year was an overwhelming success in terms of visitor arrivals. Firstly, I believe this is the most people I've ever seen in the streets of the capital city for the past 2 days. And in terms of vehicle parking, I surveyed the perimeter sometime after 9 last night. And every corner of Roseau, as far as Porterville Savannah, as far as Buffer State, as far as Newtown, was jam-packed with vehicles. And on the streets itself, you could hardly get space to move apart from vans going through. So in my estimation, this is the most people we have ever seen experience in Mass Dominic. And I attribute this to possibly the rise of the Bouyon music. We have seen, quite a bit of the Bouyon music penetrating several markets of late. And even as far as the presence on BET, Black Entertainment Television, and also there was a massive, aggressive Caribbean campaign. So we saw quite a bit of Caribbean nationals, as we know, apart from Trinidad and most of the Franco-Caribbean, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Dominica, Haiti. Our carnival is the same, but all the other islands have reverted to other times of the year. So it was an opportune time for other Caribbean nationals to come and experience what we have in Dominica. And imagine we had quite a bit of visitors from Trinidad coming down. The Miami organized, the person who organized the carnival, or the entity that organized the Maya Carnival, were there. So we have seen something massive taking place. And we should really big up the Ministry of Tourism, DDA, Marvel Williams and the team, because when we heard of some of the stipulations for arriving into the U.S., I was kind of skeptical. Honestly, I was kind of skeptical because we know how much the North American market means to our carnival. But then the DDA and the team, they aggressively pursued the Caribbean islands. First time ever, they actually went to Guadeloupe and Martinique to promote, and we saw tremendous dividends. I was disappointed, Matt, from the OECS in terms of the turnout. Even at the Miss pageant, I felt something we should really hold high, which is our Miss Dominica pageant. It's a big step for the young ladies to actually move towards participating in the Miss Dominica pageant. Not well attended. Myself and Curtis Matthew lamented on several other activities which were not well attended in terms of the Calypso. We all know what Calypso used to be, and I'm very much concerned as to the participation of the Calypso shows. We saw several differences in the norm, but the numbers did not materialize, and it is something we must be concerned as a people. And I want to lament the fact that we have, under our Constitution, the freedom of expression and the freedom of speech. What Calypso does is augment that freedom. A license that the Calypso writers and Calypsonians can think about our issues, our everyday life, and document it. We as a people need to support it, and I want to really make an appeal to the association to really have a massive revolution, a retreat where you can invite all the stakeholders, all Calypsonians, lovers of Calypso, to come together and revisit. We know of places like Trinidad, the government gives some subvention, and we saw Terry Lyons coming up with a crown and 1 million cc plus a vehicle. So possibly we need to go back and revisit the historical value of Calypso, which we know that started on the slave plantations, the importance of...
Well, I don't know, Alex, and I can intervene here. I don't know if the authorities themselves are paying too much attention to promoting Calypso. I noticed that in a lot of interviews I've done, they don't talk too much about Calypsos. They just mention and they'll move away, but they don't pay too much to promoting the Calypsos. That is a problem as well. I mean, I
have identified several problems, Matt. One, that's why we need to do a national retreat. If we understand the importance of the Calypso art form and what it means to us. I continue to say that Trinidad has soca, which is making the same space and the noise on the same noise throughout the world as our Bouyon. But then they continue to promote Philpan and Calypso, imagine a vehicle and a million city. But the winner of the Calypso competition, it gives a level of incentives to go out there, and not only go out there, despite several attacks by the Calypsonians against the regime who feels that they are trying to silence the Calypso, but the government continues to give that incentive. I read an article from Short Shirt who didn't make it to the finals this year, calling on the judges. We had quite a bit of people locally lamenting on the fact that the judges, possibly the system, the team, the pool need to be revisited. Radio stations. This is the first year, that is the least amount of Calypso I've ever heard in the last 30 years I've been in broadcasting. 30 years I've been in broadcasting. The announcers, the radio personalities, we must admit they are younger, but they did not rotate as many Calypsos as usual. Why? We have to visit. Maybe some of the songs they may say are not as compelling. Two, they maybe need to be more melodious. But something needs to be done. And invite them, invite the radio DJs and announcers, and explain and educate them as to the importance of the art form. Because this year, I can confess, this is the least I've ever heard Calypso being played on national radio and all the other radio stations in Dominica.
Well, let me make an intervention here, Walix. Another point I noticed about Calypso, and I've been saying that for a couple of years now. Why is a national event, Calypso competition? Why do we? Some people might say it's your choice, but in terms of, before, when I grew up, Walix, there was nothing else but Calypso on that specific night.
I did some research also this year, and actually shared it with Gordon Henderson. In Antigua, on the grand finals night, there's hardly any competing event. On Trinidad, which they normally they have the shows now on Dimanche Gras. We used to on in Dominica several years ago, but we reverted to the Saturday. But in Trinidad, there's hardly any activity to compete in the Dimanche Gras Calypso finals. Likewise in St. Lucia. Now, Dimanche Gras in Dominica is possibly the most packed I've ever seen. And I mean, this year is testimony of how packed the Dimanche Gras have been. There was the Kiddies Carnival. By the way, this is a very, very interesting sector of the Calypso activity, the product. And we must commend the JCI. I mean, lots of children as ages 2, 3, 4, 5 were in the band. But there we must assist the JCI and possibly invite all the schools to have a spectacle in town for a few hours to indoctrinate our young children into the proper carnival product with the Lapo Cabwit, with the Sensei, with the Bwabwa. Yes, obviously, Bouillon music. I was concerned that I only heard Bouillon music. So we are telling our children that carnival is not Bouillon music. But I believe they should get a total indoctrination of the full cultural product. Now, on that same Sunday, there is the Powder Fest. There was the Powder Fest, an event at Layo, Corleo Carnival, Woodford Hill or something, and plus there was Illumination, as usual, in Carnival City. And the Dimanche Gras Swinging Stars Dance. So you can understand the amount of activities on a Sunday. There was also that activity in Mao, South and Punch. So several activities on the Sunday. On the Saturday, Dimanche Gras, the Viva experience was the biggest in the last several years. I am aware the Calypso Association tried to get some of the patrons, and they had a special for those who came with armbands. They could enter at half price. I'm not sure how that worked.
But I've heard a lot of the patrons, Walix, saying that, I know Triple K is a big band, but on that night, was it the right thing to do to end with a Triple K band on that night? That's not the type of music the elderly people who go to Calypso. A lot of people saying that was not right, but I don't know. It's different views to attract the young people. The young people not there.
Well, I didn't think it worked in terms of bringing the young people to the park. So it may have to be revisited. Edgar Hunter mentioned last night at our broadcast, why not try to bring down some of our greats? From Lundbreaker to Rabbit and Tronada, and these guys that reside now in North America. So after the finals, you have a Dino, and these guys have a nice old school ISO party. This Hurricane also was mentioned that you could possibly bring as one of the attractions because we know how popular these monarchs were. It is something that the association will have to revisit, and like I said, that is why they need a national retreat, because at some point in time we must understand, like I said, the importance of Calypso. And we shouldn't just look at it as the entertainment value, but it is the right given by our Constitution of freedom of expression, freedom of speech. And the Calypso is the license for that. And it's 192 years. And even before that, we are celebrating Carnival officially for 192 years after the emancipation. But even before that, we know Calypso was the birthplace on the slave plantations, the historical value, how important it is to maintain that freedom of speech and expression in song. If we lost that, we must love our own self and we kill our own self. So this is how important it is, and that's why the Calypso Association should understand that and put this retreat or revolutionizing the art form to really get the level of importance, the historical value, and why, as a people, we should maintain the Calypso art form. Carnival Monday and Tuesday, well, J'ouvert was, as usual, the French Lapo Cabrit was a true spectacle. We want to make up Clubed. And the members of Clubed, they brought in Lapo Cabrit from Martinique. We saw the difference. 60 plus. They have several drummers. They have dancers in uniform, well-dressed, choreography. It is something that we possibly can learn from the French, do some workshops, because we are seeing the Lapo Cabrit dwindling. We're seeing the presence of the traditional aspect between 4 and 6 dwindling. And whenever the bigger bands come up, well, you know, they take over. So we must big up Signal Band. I want to personally pick them up because they are now a stakeholder in the carnival. They have about a 5 carnival package where I was very impressed, Matt. One of the activities, they have about 5 activities. One of the activities I saw young people well-dressed at the factory. Women in gongs, men in suit and tie. And I was very impressed. We saw them on the road. Once again, the biggest costume band yesterday was Signal Band. So whatever the formula is, we heard from Donny, it takes them a year and a half to put a production together. So we want to big them up. CK, once again, my brother, these guys are literal on the road. They're really something about this band. They command the bass.
The rhythm.
To be energized. Again, after Rush for cover in the TBS boss, the aroma of sensibility combined with aggressive prancing and reveling after Rush for cover. But then these bands continue to make their presence felt. For all my sake, it was very good to see Calypso played. I think the Swinging Stars also played for them. They were unavailable last year. I missed, and the carnival is missing Thunderbirds and Carnival Corner. And I really want to appeal to DDA to reach out to Thunderbirds and Carnival Corner to see how we could, whatever difference, whatever challenge they are going through, we can at least come together and solve whatever issue they may have. Because we need the presence of the traditional on the streets of Roseau during the time of Monday and Tuesday, so the visitor can get a holistic experience of the real mass, which is a marriage between the contemporary and the traditional. So I did miss Carnival Corner and also the band, the Thunderbirds band. The Bois Bois seem to be really moving into a different dimension. They are really blooming, and we must big them up. We saw the Crazy Mass from the Parlor from the City, we saw Clubbirds, we saw Paul's, Ecstasy Band. But once again, it's going to be difficult accepting Daddy Chess's song. I hardly heard any other calypso on the road. Nashel a few times. I spoke to a judge who had a tabulation of 4 Daddy Chess and 2 Nashel. Local for P, nothing else. That's a particular judge, one judge on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Matt, I believe in terms of recommendations, we need to have a designated area for smoking. You have that influx of people, it doesn't always well for smokers to be in the band smoking. You want to smoke, there should be a particular area to smoke. In every section of the perimeter, there's a section to smoke. I believe, especially with the costumes and the material of the costumes, we may just be having a volatile situation where something can happen. Smokers in the band, close proximity, they're having fun, and then you have people in costumes and all kind of people in the band. I believe they should have designated smoking areas. Also, Matt, I am very much concerned, and I really do hope the Roseau Enhancement Project can start, because I saw people falling over on the sidewalks. So if we have that level of patronage, visitor arrivals, we have to prepare for the influx and prepare our sidewalks. We have the elderly coming down and look. We have to make sure that the place is better prepared so they can walk freely on the sidewalks. Another concern is the increase that happens during these activities where the accommodation, the owners of accommodation increases the price to the US and to the euro.
Yeah, you're right.
So I got several concerns from my French friends in particular of the increase in the accommodation. I want to commend the City Council for Tuesday morning. I didn't pass this morning, I couldn't make it. But after the Monday event, when I passed it down early, I'm normally an early riser.
They doing a great job.
By 6 o'clock, the city was pretty much clean. I couldn't do that surveillance this morning. And lastly, I want to really commend the police officers. They were in the van. They were on the truck. And they were upstairs on top of buildings. Yes, we have our issues with the police officers.
They did a great job.
Yes, we have our challenges. But I saw firsthand police officers in the band, on the trucks, and on top of buildings. So in the event of some activity or necessary activity, they could have a first-hand view of who and possibly assist them in the investigation. So all in all, man, I believe that Dominica benefited tremendous amount of activities. I saw all the bars overwhelmed both days in the city. I also heard from Grande everything went okay. I saw lads following in Marigot with the Mudfest. So there are different things happening. Today, Stay with Mama in Colio and also in the Calilago territory. And it's the opening of the Lenten season for Catholics. But my biggest concern, what do we do to preserve our traditional aspect and our calypso? Right now, the bouillon and the contemporary, they're bringing the numbers 100%, even 150%. But then the real mass is what we dubbed our carnival, which is a fusion, a marriage of a strong and possibly the strongest traditional. I hardly see any conspicuous elements of the sensei, which is actually a tremendous attribute to our culture and our carnival. Goes way back to the African continent. I would really love to see one of the things, Sensei Band on the Tuesday, 500 to 1,000 strong, different dimensions, so that the visitor, whilst enjoying everything else in the contemporary, all the outfits with the swimsuits, and they can still enjoy the traditional. Matt, I don't know if you noticed, but then the strings, which was once prevalent, returned. So the women seem to be loving the strings, or in the colloquial language, the song.
Yep, it's
And
back.
it was a sight to me for those who enjoy this, but it was very prevalent in the costumes. And it seems that it is returning. And I really want to commend DDA finally for whatever they did, the formula, getting the numbers. I would really like to get the data, but this is the first carnival in 20 years I've been covering that I saw the city loaded almost to capacity at some point on Tuesday and both Monday nights. And they need to be commended for the work that they did to get the people, and in particular the Bouillon artists, all of them. I heard little nasty business here and there, which okay. But primarily the music got cleaner.
Than last year, for sure.
And the energy was much better. Whether it's the government, whether it's the Ministry of Tourism, I have a discussion with Curtis Gordon and Shai Emmanuel. I actually mentioned to the Pal Rep, she is the Pal Rep for the Rosa South. Rosa South and Rosa North. They were the ones holding up the carnival in the 60s because they would have a practice. I grew up in that practice in Labukabwe, where we would practice for several days, weeks. So Rosa North and Rosa South are very integral in the carnival. Rosa South, Thunderbirds, over 60 years, and Rosa North, we have Carnival Corner. We have not been seeing them. And I'm calling for an inquiry as to why we have not been seeing them, and find out the challenges, whether we need to put some resources, whether we need to come on your radio program and raise funds. But we need a strong traditional presence in our carnival, and if not to, let's say, match the contemporary, but to get a level of balance so that the visitor gets a holistic experience. And I really want to commend Dominica for their behavior. I hope that it maintains throughout the left about after 9. But what I saw or experienced throughout the 2 days, exemplary behavior by the Dominican people. Thank you very much, Matt Bessie.
Thank you, Wadix. Again, I want to commend the police officers for doing a great job, and of course the staff at the Roseau City Council. Clean up the city the very morning, on Tuesday morning, doing a great job. Guys, take a bow. I'm sure you would have your own say. So please, if you have a comment, feel free. A lot of people were sort of a little disappointed with the Georgian. Again, everybody has their own opinion, huh? Your take on Carnival 2026. Hello, talk to me. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning, Matt. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, Blue. Good morning. Yes.
Matt, one thing, I was very disappointed with the Georgian. I'll tell you that straight.
Okay.
Everybody might have their say. But my good take on that was Nashel should be crowned. She maybe had a couple hitches, maybe in her, how you call that?
Presentation?
In her presentation, but that doesn't carry much points.
Right. 10 points.
So I don't see why that had to be a problem.
Okay.
I didn't see that at all. She was flawless in her first round, flawless in her second round. So in her first round, I understood she scored high. So how come she didn't win the crown? Why? And another note again, our carnival, as Ahmad say, missing a lot. Our carnival Sunday used to be a Sunday where you would have carnival Sunday costume bands on parade, children, carnival. We haven't got that again. I don't know why. And for the time carnival, with their carnival in the air, Newton and Portersville, Lapoca with up and down the place, making the place feel like carnival coming. Like every night I would sit down there and look at Trinidad. Carnival. But everywhere you pass in Trinidad had some kind of activity taking place during the time of carnival. But here, it's only on the week before carnival, here they have that there, this there. And carnival in Trinidad would be the calypso or the soca. Here we have all kind of damn shit taking place during the carnival. And to me, that's not good. That's taking out a lot from the carnival, man. And I must compliment the French band, which my brother was part of, Emma. Great part of from Martinique. The man you see, tall, handsome fella, the white cap on his head, that's my brother.
All right.
Was leading that French band from Martinique. He was part of the coming down with them. And we're missing a lot in our carnival, and our carnival needs to be better. And that way we had this carnival, the calypso show people behind our friends like prisoners. That was BS.
You want to touch the Calypsonians?
That is what it should be like.
Okay.
That was BS. We're not in jail for to have a big fence separating. I call that what are you calling it? VIP.
Okay.
That was shit. VIP could have their section, but people should be right up front and personal. To me, I didn't like that.
Okay.
BS fence like prisoners at all. And by Cherry Lodge yesterday morning was a real mess. When I came downtown, that was ugly, dirty, messy in the street there. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Boy, see what you do. It's a brand new shoe.
Hello, on the telephone. As I said, what I saw yesterday, the city councillors were on the streets very early trying to clean up city. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Morning, Matthew.
Morning to you. How you doing? Yes?
I'm doing great. Matt, let me tell you. Tell the Calypso Association,
right.
I am not a refugee, neither prisoner. For them to put that big barricade and people can well watch the Calypso, I was very disappointed. And another thing again, Roseau is smelling. Matt, when you reach coming by Party Shack, by Raffles there, Matt, that train there smelling. By Mr. Mill, by the Prevost Mall again, look at other place that's smelling. Roseau was smelling, Matt, stinking. Tell them, one is carnival, do something about that. What's down them freaking drain? People haven't got to take in the most spell there. I couldn't enjoy myself. I be with you all here. Nonsense. And that, I didn't like the judging.
You didn't like the judging, so what do you expect? What do you expected? The crown to go down my hole?
Yes, but it was between she and Daddy Chen.
Yes.
But I was waiting for the crown for Maho.
So
I about Daddy Chen, you know.
But you think you're stronger with that on Daddy than Daddy just on that night?
Yes, but I tell you, she may be
as she knew?
Laugh. It's been back when she say the return of the red bench.
Yes.
I said that's where she laughed. But Matt, I was looking forward for the crown in Maho.
Okay.
Honestly.
Maybe next year.
It is what it is.
Right. Yes.
So the judges and men, they do a good job, but I was looking for the crown for Maho. No talk about it.
Okay. Thank you. The Georgia decision final, huh? When I spoke to Nashelle, maybe a couple hours after, she said she was, very happy about it. But I said, what about the crown? She said, well, the people crowned her. So she was satisfied she was the people's queen that night. The judges' decision in the final. But why did it take the judges 1 hour and 30 minutes to bring the results? Computer generated, huh? I would like to find out why. Why did it take them that long? 1 hour 30 minutes. Bring back some results. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh.
Can make people break away. They laugh in the language. They jump on carnival day. Just started to sing.
Would it be too difficult to have one set of judges for the first round and another set of judges for the second round? So if there are biases, you eliminate it right away. Just my thought. Judges are human beings, eh? On the telephone, set of judges for the first round, another set of judges for the second round. Hello, talk to me. Yes, good morning.
Yes, but why do we have to wait all that time for the judging? What they were doing all that time? And while you were waiting for Triple K, why is Triple K they had there? They could bring Dine. No, they could bring all other. Why is Triple K they bring there? You know what? You wouldn't be a Triple K. That's something so stupid. You don't have Triple K there. But I bring Shelly and his band there. That would pick up the crowd now. Than to bring Triple K there. Bye.
Somebody says the DFCs are the ones responsible for, or is the one responsible for the fence in the stadium. The DSA is the one who rents the venue. So it's not the Calypsonians. I don't blame the Calypsonians. Somebody saying that the foreigners are lifting the carnival, but while a number of us are putting it down, huh? Saying nasty things. Again, we have to respect each other's opinion, huh? Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? 908, yes, uh-huh.
Mark,
Yes, Marlon.
yes, what I'm saying, what you said there about the people talking about they praising carnival and our people talking bad. Mark, if carnival, if something go wrong, our Dominican people must talk about it. Is respect people's opinion. You agree 007, boom, you disagree. You understand? People have the right to speak up their mind. Okay, with Daddy Chess and the first runner up Matt, right? I telling it to you straight. It's like it was a melee malouche. It's ziggly Mary Stone. Pete poof and poof tilele zoop. So they had no choice. They had to give it to Daddy Chess. Daddy Chess was good in his bomb song. The young lady was a bomb in her song, right? But then, Matt, you know how it is with the judge in judging the Calypso show. You know about the band, the sabotaging. You know about the band, the people in the band, and whatever it is. So, right, if the young lady, as people say, deserve it, they give it to Daddy Chess. The lady say, like the people and them that was in the show, the praise her and
The Croner, yes.
Queen. Yes, Matt. Yes, just give me a little break. Let me express myself, please. And you understand, so you get it. The road match, I would give it, Matt, to Dino or Daddy Chess or the first runner up. And they sing what Blue was saying about Sunday Carnival. It is true. It is the true, right? Sunday Carnival, we used to have the kiddies shows, and then we used to have some people from the band, if it's 20 people parading, there's that walking, there's in truck, and whatever it is. On Monday Carnival, we should have costume. On Tuesday, we should have t-shirt band. We had Carnival Corner. We had Thunderbird. Wadix Forget Fantastic. And Kelly the Ghost and them band in Fields Lane. Kelly Ballhead. Chandel and Fantastic. All these band, they're not there again, the gang. All these people, bring them back. And the Calypsonian, their song, I am happy what the president did. The Calypsonian and them could sing their song, and I'm in the band, and I'm very, very happy for that. Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt.
I didn't see Mr. G at all. I miss him. That's my boy.
I'll tell him that. At 9:12, I'm sure he's listening to you. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Nurse Tyram.
Hi, Nurse. How are you?
I'm there. You know, I'm not into carnival story again, but I don't mean my eyes closed to my country. I went around Rosewood because I wanted to get some candles. I had forget to buy, and I went and get it. Matt, already transport passing. It was very clean. Where the transport was passing, it was very dirty. Matt, another problem we have in Dominica, that is a big problem, rat is in this all about. Matt, I sat down by a lady shop, just my neighbor. There was so much foreigners and people there. What do you think we see rather than men have to try to kill one big rat? Matt, the whole of Pottersville is rat. It have an old truck that they don't take it out in the road. I don't know if it is there for what. Man, they don't pick up the garbage. I wouldn't lie about the garbage, but rubbish all about, you know that. Man, they clean one side of the place. I want to also tell the men, because I don't really watch a lot of things. The men in Dominica, I want to tell them I love them, and they have discipline, and they carry themselves well. Some of the women in Dominica, I am ashamed of how you dress. You could say, you could do that so and so, or you could do a little better. That is what I have to say today. But I would like the government to pass around all over and kill those rat poison or what, because we will get leptospirosis, and I'm very vexed about that. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back, Dominica. This is Q9 to 5. Thank you.
Sweet 16 is coming up. Sweet 16 is coming.
Dad, I turned 16 last year. Why are you still talking about my sweet 16? Dad, I still have 4 more years till I turn 16.
Hold on, girls. I'm not referring to your birthdays, okay? I'm just excited that PH Williams and Company's Super Sweet 16 sale is back after 6 long years. You see, construction costs high. And thanks to that deal, I get to save a lot of money that I can put towards your education. At birthday parties, you've asked for it. Now you've got it. From February 9 to March 6, enjoy 16% discount on any quantity of sand, aggregate, and concrete blocks. Not quite ready for delivery? No problem. You've got up to November 30. Just pay for your items within the promotional period, February 9 to March 6. Visit PH Williams and Company Limited at Rockaway Canefield. Telephone 449-1112, 449-1251, 275-0636. Conditions apply.
Anytime, whatever you doing, stop. You confirm to exercise your right, your vote, your party, your responsibility. This fresh confirmation process gives you the power and authority to choose your candidate. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Go exercise your right. The professor unleash your vote. Your vote is important. Make it count. You make first communion. Now is your time to confirm. To vote. Look, Patricia Terry Shirley T-Boy Lucia Kami already confirmed. Hurry, join the confirmation process. Make sure your name is big and bold on the electors list. Go and register in your names that you can go. Make sure you walk with your witness from your polling station who is already registered. Do it early, do it fast, do it now. Call the confirmation hotline at 617-9595 275-8164. Do it because that makes you 100% Dominican.
It's official! With Digital Plus, you get award-winning internet speeds from streaming, gaming, and more. It was tested and proven by Ookla, the global leader in internet testing. Digital Plus is Dominica's fastest internet network, backed by our 100% fiber-to-the-home network. We provide the fastest and more reliable internet, so you and your family can do all the things you love and way more. Experience our award-winning network today with internet speeds starting at 100 megabytes per second and up. Sign up in store. Digital Plus, better together. Award based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Q3 Q4 2021.
That's a look stones coming out by P.H. Williams. COVID-19 now. People saving loads of money. It's written in pocket, it's written in wallet, it's written in the budget. P.H. Williams, man. From now until the final day, March 6, you pay for all of your sandstone and building blocks. Then you come back and pick it up when you're ready. You have 9 months to pick it up. So wait, leave it there. We'll take care of it for you. That's it. And you can back to your veranda. You can put a new glass. You can put a little extension. You know, Philip leg long. Increase the bedroom because his foot coming out outside the bed. And he sucks have a hole. Go to PH Williams and save a big time.
Tout le monde. Billy Poissé côté PH Williams, ça c'est fait de la côté Rockaway.
Come double up, maximize, pay for it. Leave it then come back in 9 months. That you are back in 9 months for the baby to born. Patricia antibody. They're sleeping sweet tonight on that sweet 16 deal. Only at P.H. Williams, leaders in every construction project in Dominica.
Ooh, KFC. Ooh, KFC. Looking for some place to go. Meals for soul. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
We're back, Dominica. We're assessing Carnival 2026. Your own views. The patrons themselves need to be commended at the people who jumped and participated in the Carnival celebration both days or for the entire season. Hello, talk to me. Yes,
Mark,
Yes, Marlene.
Mark,
Yes, Marlene.
you are top journalist in Dominica. I don't believe in and rumors. I yet have men dressing in women and tempting official people, musicians, and everything. The radio station giving a little piece. They're afraid to talk. I don't know if you know about that.
I have no idea about that, Marlene. No idea. None at all. None at all. Maybe you know what I don't know. I can't tell you. I talk about things I don't know about. Hello, talk to me. Yes, good morning. Morning, see how you doing, yes?
Not too bad. I'm giving you my own opinion, eh?
Of course, we respect that.
First of all, the judges, I want to say, you need to have, judging is a crucial part of for the Calypso.
Right.
Because that has to start from the quarterfinal down. Because to me, some of the people that should have been in the finals were not there.
Right.
That's my opinion. No, I'm not crying down judges, Matt. Everybody makes error because my daughter is a judge in Queen Show and those type of things, right? That is her bag. So I'm not criticizing judges.
And I will say for the judges, as it relates to the Queen Show, they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not criticizing judges because my daughter herself is a judge. She judges those pageants. I'm just putting that at the front.
Right.
Because that is her bag. She makes creative wear. She thinks design costumes. She's an educator. So she has an idea. I'm just putting that at the front.
Right.
To say I'm not criticizing judges per se.
Okay.
I'm just saying, what should happen. So I say judging is crucial because it should start from the quarter. Because as I said, to me, some of the people that should be in the finals were not there. Now, to me, I also find Dice, some people miss Dice. That is my view, and some people probably didn't go to the show because of Dice.
Okay.
Now, the Calypso, Remember, I tell you to find out from what is a love song, what is a calypso, what is a soca.
Right.
Because to me, some people, that is me, they're not singing calypso. They're singing love songs. That is my opinion. Okay? And then for next year, I want them to, as I said in a previous show, they probably need to get a clean slate of judges and give us a little bio on them, Matt. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us that person's that in a meal, that. You understand?
Uh-huh.
So people have an idea, okay, that person know that person a little singing that, and so no matter what it is, they need to give us a little bio on that, okay?
Okay.
So that all in all, I was not at the show. All in all, the thing went well. Another question I have. You think it would be good if you could find out by how much points Daddy Chess won national? It would be good for us to know at least, by how many. Because everybody giving their view. Some people say she shouldn't have won that costume because she's not the commissioner. All different type of things. But they could give us a little idea by how many points,
Yes.
Daddy Chess won. Because it was a bit tight. You
It's close.
Yeah, so it would feel a little better. Give us a little idea, probably where she laps and so on and so on. So that is my view. The judges, give us a little bio. Dice was missing. Another thing, they need to promote the calypso more. They're promoting all the other shows, screen show.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
I said
but
that.
They need to give the calypso a little push. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So push calypso so people come to see calypso. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I knew I got it right from the very beginning. After the semifinals, I said my own analysis. I used to be a judge before. 2 women, 2 men. That's all I'll say. And I said it came true, right? We had Daddy Chance, we had Nashelle Joy, and Barbara. 2 women, 2 men. I was disappointed that I didn't see Dino as a guest artist on that show, boy. A key was found there at LAGPNE. A key looked like a key for a vehicle and a house key found at LAGPNE this morning. So if you lost your key, go back to LAGPNE and you'll find it there. Okay? It looks like a key for on the roadside. Was okay. The car keys on the roadside. It looks like a key for a master, from what I see there. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes, Yeah. Yes.
It's really sad. I mean, everybody has their opinion, but
Yeah.
I mean, the visitors, you speak to everybody, and everybody's speaking positive about the carnival. And that if we are to evolve, it cannot be that we're going to have calypso show alone on that night, because there are persons coming, and they're not coming for calypso. Not I didn't come for calypso show. I traveled to come to Vivo and to South and Punch. I didn't come to go to calypso show. Calypso show or calypso people need to get up their best and do their vigorous marketing of their product. But you cannot have 10,000 people coming from overseas and expect 10,000 people to calypso show. It is ridiculous. Do you understand?
No. But the point I was getting is, I suspect that you may have missed. They're saying the officials need to get more involved in promoting calypso. We're promoting everything else. Why not promote calypso as well?
But they are, because when they have first racing, the Calypso Association is there. The Calypso Association is always you're talking about your Calypso on the first racing.
You're still missing the point. You're talking about the Calypso Association. When they go out and promote, say, Dominica, do you hear promoting calypso at all?
Of course, they promote Calypso. Of course.
Okay.
Even Rabbit Filters on email located pushes the calypso.
But Wadix is not part of the team, so I think you're missing the point as well. So go back and find the clip where you find them promoting Calypso and call me back, okay? 926 on the telephone. Hello, talk to me, yes? 449-3095-96 and 97. These are the numbers to call. And Wadix is not part of the promotion team, so. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Mark,
Yes, Marlon, quickly, yes.
yes, Mark, every year is the same thing with them judges. They will have to get people from Trinidad and overseas to judge the Calypso show. And the Minister for Tourism boasting how much money they make in Carnival, how much money they make in the World Creole Festival, but they are back paymaster. Pay all you get and come out in Great Marlborough Street to give credit union their building. Pay the police.
Marlon, no time for that. Hello, talk to me. Yes, how are you doing?
Ash Wednesday to you.
Uh-huh.
Like I was in the carnival as well.
Yes.
Being 1,000 miles away.
Right.
Anyway, I hope you did have a wonderful carnival.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt? And we're back again to the grinds. Matt, first of all, let me just congratulate the Dominica Festival people.
Okay.
Also, the other persons who were with them while they were touring to advertise and promote and publicize our carnival. Matt, I think that brought in a lot of visitors, first-time visitors as well as returning visitors. Matt, which is good. It was very good for Dominican economy at that time. So congratulations to them, Matt. But on the other hand, Matt, we always have pros and cons, right? Matt, Calypso Association need to get their ducks in a row, Matt. We in Europe, Matt, we are about 5 and 6 hours ahead. I'm 5 hours ahead of Dominica, right? The show was supposed to start at 8:30. It started at 9 about, Matt. That's 2 a.m. my time. My son had a hockey match on Sunday because I love Calypso. And to be honest with you, Matt, that's the only show I really support. Even when I was in Dominica, I would not go to Queen Show or the other shows, but I would make sure that I go to all the 10s. And I love Calypso. That's my thing. Yeah, but Calypso Association, please take in consideration the persons who live outside of Dominica and they live hours away, Matt. So when it started at 9, it was already 2 a.m. my time. I stayed up 7 hours. And Matt, they took about 45 minutes to bring in the results. This is ridiculous.
1 hour.
This is just not, this is unbelievable. It's not funny at all. It's off-putting. You all need to get your act together, man. Get the program together. This is just not on. Okay? So that's that. And then, Matt, you also have the bands, the costume bands, Matt, which are not anymore costumes, Matt. Yeah? We talk about that already. The girls' bands, Matt, they really need to do something about this. This is outrageous. Okay? But all in all, I think it was incident-free, Matt, which is good. Continue advertising, publicizing, promoting Dominica out there. Not only for Carnival, but all the other events that Dominica have, Matt. And I think that the Carnival, the Monday, Tuesday on the streets, the burns, the parades went well. From what I could have seen from the providers who were bringing live the events. Okay, all the best to you, Matt, and all the best to Dominica and Dominicans. Bye.
Good morning. Congratulations to all the ladies, boy. You know, a young lady approached me yesterday wearing, the strings. He said, "Matter, we are proud. We are proud. We are women, and we are proud of our bodies." So all those are talking down to us. It won't work because we are proud of what we wear. I won't even reveal who said such to me. I was like, wow, okay. She's approaching 50. She said, "Man, look at me. See how good I look?" So 9:30, she's here. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Mark, my partner, what's up?
How you doing? Hey, is that Marlon? Good. How you
Yes, it is. That's right. That's right.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing? They call you
I
Farm
cool,
Day
man. I
Bow.
cool. The hit maker that smash and bowl out the ring from the place higher than him. We show him. We show him what one of these can do. Yeah.
What's up? What's
But,
up?
well,
Talk to me.
well, let me first congratulate Nashelle. Nashelle, her first time in the finals, smashed through the first round and dominated the second round in my view.
Okay.
Not much people achieve what she did. They just besides the trilogy came and with Willie Crown. But Nashelle exceeded expectations. She definitely proved to the people suggesting that is one of the business, or that is not one of the business. That is real big man thing. The results, I read the comments. I've been receiving several text messages, Facebook messages, posts. It's clear that the people have a problem with the results, but I would say this only, that the results that is tabulated within 10, 15 minutes after the final performance, that is the original, authentic result all the time.
That's all you're gonna say. So what happened then?
But hold on. But the result you get after an hour and a half, that is the result that the Calypso status quo wants to force onto the Calypso patrons. So let me repeat that for you. The result that is tabulated within 5 to 10 minutes by a computer system, that is the original, authentic result. But when you have to wait an hour and a half to hear the so-called result, that is when the Calypso status quo is activated, and they have to make it make sense. They have to make their changes make sense. They have to go back and tweak. And there's arguments and there's disagreements and all sorts of things. If the numbers are presented as is after the last performer, you would have gotten a different result on Saturday. And I'm saying this because I know what happened in 2021 with Sour and Darryl Bob. I will not go further, but I will just say there are things that need to change. There's some reform.
So you're saying there's a status, a set of persons who get together after the results are given? That's what you're saying?
Yes, there's deliberation among the judges. But I'm saying if the score sheet after the last performer is just tabulated one time, as it should, in 5 to 10 minutes, that is the winner, that is second place, you would get a different result on Saturday.
But don't you think, as I suggested, my friend Marlon, that you should have different judges for the different wrongs? One wrong, one set of judges, and that might not happen if you have two sets of judges?
Well, Matt, I think the criteria for selecting judges need to be looked into. I think when I saw some of the scores that from the semifinals, for example, or I think it was from the quarters, for example, Trendsetter is my brother, Nashelle is my artist. They have two completely different singing ability. We have to be fair.
Right.
But I saw a judge, I saw his results, his score sheet, and I saw her score sheet, and I saw a judge give Trendsetter and Nashelle the same amount of points for melody, and Trendsetter got a point higher than Nashelle for rendition at the semifinals. So, clearly, these people, I don't know how they do in the selection, but for somebody to judge melody and rendition, they have to have an idea of how a melody should sound. So, I think it starts with the selection process. People that we selecting.
And basically, from what I saw, I'm happy you brought it up. Nashelle could have been placed a little higher in the semifinals based on the score sheet.
Nashelle actual place in the semifinals was number 2, and all the judges that judged that night know that. The chief judge knows that. The judges coordinator knows that Nashelle position was number 2. I'm not going to sugarcoat or cover it up. Her position was number 2 from semifinals. Okay, that was the real position.
So what is really going on? What is really going on? Because to say something, it exposes everybody, every judge.
A lot of things have been normalized in that kind of business over the years. They have normalized a lot of shady stuff over the years and given certain people a lot of leeway to change things and tweak things. And I think there is need for reform. The Calypso show is run by the association, and the association have members, and the members are the Calypsonians. And what the members want that should happen And it's time that the members of the association take control of how the show is run and start with the selection of judges, the criteria, the people that you're selecting to be judges, and most importantly, you see that computerized system, when it gives you the results, give the people their results in 5 to 10 minutes. Because when you're watching Grammy Awards, when you're watching Miss Universe, when they go on a commercial break, after commercial break is results. Okay? But somehow in Dominica, over the years, you're having that thing where a whole hour plus, it cannot be taken all the time, because after the first round, you already calculate we already know where everybody stands. And after the last person performs in round 2, it should not take you an hour and a half to tabulate numbers like that, especially when you have a computerized system that add in for you. Not everybody knows that the result can be available in 10 minutes. The only thing that should take time is setting up the stage, bring the table, bring the trophies and so on, get the sponsors on stage and things. That is all that should take time. But that bag hour and a half, they cooking, they thinking. Because when they change things around, they have to go back to the individual sheets and tweak it accordingly to match what they want.
That should not happen. That should not happen. That should not happen.
But that has been normalized, because in 2020, and I will say it, and I look at Uvex, so when they did the math in 2021, the immediate math, Sawa won the one show virtual competition in 2021 during COVID, when he had that big song Batty gave him. But the status quo was activated, and after the status quo was activated, they went and do their tweaking, and then they placed also a fourth, and they gave it to Bob. And that's a fact. And they cannot challenge me on that. And they know why they cannot challenge me on that. Because I get it from the houses, from directly some people involved in the process.
But tell me, so you're gonna get ready for next year to give National that crown?
Absolutely, Matt. I mean, when it came with Dream Killer, they thought it was a one-hit wonder. And then they got Commission Emerson, then they got Camera. We're coming back next year even bigger and better. And we're coming up with more Calypsonians too.
And you have to congratulate the king at this time, Of course, the judges, as you said, they may have been tweaked, but you have to say congratulations to Dally Chess.
Well, I am congratulating the king, who was crowned king after 1.5 of deliberation by the judges. The person presented the crown after 1.5 of deliberation. Congratulations to you.
Right, brother. All right, Marlon Giudel. But great work, though, in terms of the songs that you presented this year. After this one-hit wonder last year for Nashville, he has really emerged, huh? Ella, talk to me, yes. But Georges, please get it right. They were right. I went to 3 shows for the season there. The Junior Monarch Calypso competition. They did very well on that show. And the Queen show, fantastic job. But Calypso always seems to have some controversy, boy. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Hiya.
Good morning to you and your listeners at home and abroad.
Morning to you. Morning.
Yes. We had a very good carnival. I want to compliment the people involved. We had some positives this year. I think the roads were clean on Tuesday morning. It was clean. And what I saw too was the fact that the band, the costume band, were very well put together. There was a lot of money went into that, and thought and creativity went into it, and that was good for carnival. A number of persons came from the region to participate. I remember going to the airport on Thursday of the week before, last week it was, and a number of flights came in, one after the other. Persons from Barbados and Lucia, persons from Grenada came in, and even the other persons from Trinidad came in, and so forth. So that speaks volume for carnival. I think we need to put a little more emphasis on promoting the carnival even more in the region, so that we could rely on people from the region to come in and to create the numbers that we're looking for our carnival. But one has to understand Calypso is the foundation of Carnival, and one should not ignore that. I mean, if you understand where Carnival came from and where Calypso came from, they go hand in hand, because that's what got people out to celebrate from exploitation, from racism, and all those things and so forth. So people came out and celebrate at that time, and Carnival and Calypso came from there. And that's why you see Calypso also masked in a way that people sing about the master, and the master himself would dance to it, not knowing he's either singing about, and so forth. So that one has to understand that, and so forth. And I believe too, on the road, in terms of organizing the carnival on the road street jump up, there should be a couple hours where the bands should play Calypso. I mean, even if they themselves cannot play it as a musical band, but they can run their hi-fi some Calypso for a couple hours, just to give Calypso an opportunity to be heard on the road. I mean, I saw some people were judging the Calypso on the road for the road match yesterday, and you hardly heard Calypso except Singing Stars on the road on Monday, and I heard Daddy Chase Sound, and I think Tasha P. And then yesterday, last night, in fact, I heard Daddy Chase, Tasha P, and then I heard this one, Choki, and so on. But there wasn't sufficient Calypso played on the road, so one could have a clear winner as to who the person who would have won the road match. And that is so key to the Calypso art form and so forth. Now in St. Lucia, there are several tents, more tents than we have in Dominica in St. Lucia, more tents. I understand that the government makes a subvention to the Calypso, the tents and the Calypso organizing committee there, and then they provide a venue that the various tents gets free. They don't have to pay for it to have their shows. In Dominica, it's a struggle, it's a guay to have these things going and so on. At the end of the day, when you have a tent, you have to understand, people come into the tent, then you hardly have the resources, what you call the door coverage, to be able to put those shows together. You have to pay the Calypsonians, you have to pay if you have a live band, pay the live band. It's a cost, and so forth. And I want to thank the sponsors who came on board, and most of the radio stations who came on board to promote the Calypso, and give them sponsors and give them an opportunity to be promoted on the radio and so forth. And that is quite good. And I think we should continue that way. And another thing that was another positive was the number of disposable toilets that was around the place yesterday. I saw on Monday and yesterday around the place that people could use to do the private stuff in there and so on. So that is good, and I think we need to build on that going forward. And I think we need not to put the Calypso down. We need to give the Calypso an opportunity to promote itself and so forth. And I heard somebody talk about the Carnival organizing committee. They can't be on their own doing that. They have to have help from the authorities and so on, because they don't always have the resources to do that. And I think if we can do that together as people, and we have to bring Carnival back, not just as a CO and as a rum and smoking event, but it has to be a production. I remember in the days when you had the parade, well-organized parade in Roseau, and I can mention names like Lauren Josie and these people, Steve Hyacinth, who would be on the road there, ensuring that they coordinate stuff, and things was going so well. And you have the float, you had the various businesses participating. And then you have a band on the back chipping, and then you have something at the Windsor Park organized where the people go in there, and you have the speeches from the Minister of Culture, the pilot for the area, the what you call them, the mayor of Roseau, yes, and so on. And the keys handed over to the minister from the mayor, which go to the Carnival organizing committee. And so because sometimes people need to hear that they have to conduct themselves properly on the street is not a thing to fight, because a person come from overseas, pay their money to come and celebrate, and when they come here, the band can't go on until the end of the activities. It's not good. And I must say this year, everything went well. The Tuesday ended at 11, and the band went okay. People conducted themselves quite well. And yesterday also as well. It ended at 10 o'clock, and people conducted themselves well. That's what you want, because you want people, when they come in from North America, from Europe, from the Caribbean to Dominica to enjoy, they do come here to run away and to scare, to be frightened about what is happening on the road, because they kind of end early because people misbehave. But I want to commend our people for behaving so well this year. And that's what we must build on going forward. Thank you so much, Martin. All the best.
Thank you. Dominica, what it appears, some people probably say the Calypso boy. Isn't it true? Mystery? 9:45. My congratulations to the new generation Bouillon artists for doing the government what the government could not do in 25 years without an international airport. Now they have collected arrival and departure tax to fix the sidewalks and roads in Roseau, so the amount of foreigners present at this year's carnival. So, Bouillon, take a bow. Somebody says for doing what the government could not do in 25 years. George's Power said the results. That's what they're doing for the 90 minutes. Again, just so. What's the message? You see the discussion of the controversy. Play mystery. Okay, I just did. They're afraid of Skerrit? Really? Them Calypsonians? Somebody 947. Hello, talk to me. Hello. Morning. How you doing?
Cool. I want to congratulate all those involved in the activity in terms of
okay.
And I have to call because I want to support, Marlon, the I mean, I do always support everything that Marlon says, but as far as his perception and what he's saying is very true, and I'm going to point it out. I had the opportunity to judge 2 activities in Trinidad in terms of Calypso, and I guess everybody who was speaking, I'm a long-time judge and Calypso writer and so on. And while I told Red that he messed up, he messed up and so forth.
True.
So he put himself out of contention in terms of his saying and so on. Repeating verses and so on, no in Calypso. However, I'd like to say about the national issue. National clearly was the winner of the crown of the title.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of person staying 1 hour and more to give the results is not accepted anywhere. With my experience in Trinidad, when I judged in Trinidad, the sheets are taken away from you around 10 minutes after you have made your judgment. So there will be no consultation because somebody can be very dominant in the judging panel and be very dominant. No boy, how you be a person that points and force you to change your point? There are judges that are dominant and you respect them, like they're a young judge, and you might respect that person. So to prevent that sort of thing, a calypso is supposed to hit you as the person singing. You're not supposed to go and take a eraser afterwards to erase the first wrong, something you did the first song or something you did on that paper or whatever. You judge the song based on how the criteria first and based on how it hits you at the moment. You can go back and say, why did you get so much points for that now? And go and erase it. That is not encouraging calypso. So that is why the 1.5 whatever or 1.25 result is not something that should be encouraged. And all these things are making people move away from calypso because it's not spontaneous in that respect. And yes, 10 to 15 minutes is sufficient time to give a result. Okay? Now, I'm going to see why I think that National should have won the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at it on a practical level. Everybody who was at the show would realize, and Dominicans are very knowledgeable about calypso, would realize that in the first round, it was clear that National was the best in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
National and Joy were the 2 best. The 2 ladies really came up trumps in the first round in terms of the presentation of the song. And in the second round, let's suppose all through consistently that it just has been judged number 1 by the judges. You got it in quarterfinals, semifinals, stardom 10, and so on. So it will be practical to think that probably they'd want to get this in first in the second round. But let's suppose this first and second round. In the first round, which was sung, that Nashua basically beat everybody. And Daddy Chef was not in the top 4 in the first round, in my assessment. And as a result of that, you would find that you cannot carry over points from a second round into the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use the points as it is. So based on that, you would have a result whereby Daddy Chess is the first in the second round, which is Roof Licking, very popular, very melodious, and Nashel is first in the first round. But no, Nashel, but not first in the first round, would have Daddy Chess struggling behind Joy and one or two other calypso unions in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
We should mean that it just only placed around 3 or 4 in the first round, and let's suppose first in the second round. The balance of the both of them would tell you that Nashville naturally would be the monarch in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought George was a very good defense of the title. Now, my critic of Daddy Chess song, right, it was a very melodious song, and it presents it very well. It presents the venom, the song is very personal to him and so forth, and it really presents that song well. My critic of this is that in today's calypso, and you can check Trinidad, you can check all the calypsos, it is not the norm to have a calypso which has 4-line verses. So I think the song could be more better developed because of the content of the song. Leaking Roof, right? One commentator told me from another radio station, told me that Nashville lost the crown based on something she did in presentation, in that she didn't come for the bench one time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I say no, that's nonsense, because all the presentations on that night had flaws you look for. So you don't take it to personal presentation, it's just 10 points, and it's more about how you deliver the song in conjunction with your other props that assist the song. So for instance, if Nasha didn't move back for the bench one time, that should not be something, because I can see, for instance, with Daddy Chess, he had Leaking Roof, and if you realize the song Leaking Roof, he actually had a house on stage. And Leaking Roof was a metaphor for problems at the home. So it wasn't necessarily a house. So a judge could, for instance, say, no, I don't have to give much points for that, because the roof, he didn't present anything that was happening at the home, apart from when he talked about the trainer,
Mm-hmm.
or something that was, So basically, a judge could be hard and fast and say that. But you see, calypso it's not only a visual thing, it's metaphoric. You know what I mean? And in that respect, this will come back before the bench immediately. Immediately after National Singer song 5 minutes going into the song, 4 minutes into the song, the bench was taken off again. So that could not be a criteria. I think that's searching for reasons why she should not win. National presented flawlessly. She was clear. Her song was well composed and put together. Even her response to Bob in the second round, I must give kudos to the writer.
Mm-hmm.
He did a good job. Then he responded and so I think it was unfortunate that Nashville and Joy was not first one of that night. Then I could consider Daddy Chess and whoever. But these two ladies were most outstanding. I think the judges did not get it right. My final point on that is that I'm not just saying that on my own.
Mm-hmm.
There was a judge who did not have Daddy Chess there, and that's a senior judge. And there's also another senior judge who did not judge, was on reserve. Now, you should not have your senior judge, any of your senior judges on reserve on a final. So even though you have a dipping situation, you should realize, okay, well, we really did for Chino, but there are 3 or 4 guys or 2 guys who probably does not fit the bill in. They have never judged a final in life. They should not judge in the finals. You should say, well, actually, okay, we really did for Chino, but you judges, wait for another couple of years. You want to put in this judge and put in this judge. Because you see, the judges who were sitting on the shelf and who did not judge that night actually did not have that Chess winning. And they were right, and not those who actually cast the judgment. So I've left everything to judges, and well, National to keep on doing what she's doing and whatever. And basically, it was not justified. I think that Chess first song was not done with any conviction. It was a good idea about which and this wonderful idea, but it was not brought to fruition.
Executed. Yeah.
I think the song was like a church song, and he never come up with kind of a venom of conviction in the song. But although Looking for Bruno is a fast song, but yet you can sing a slow song with a lot of conviction, and it wasn't done with conviction. You know what I mean? And the composition lacked in certain areas. So that's what I have to say. Compared to Marlon's song, compared to National song, which I think was very well executed and presented, and people really warmed to the song. So I think she was cited in that respect in terms of the crown. So that's my contribution.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, commentator. And of course, calypso writer.
What was wrong with Mystery Song? Someone needs to answer questions. They stifle in the answer. Infection leads to growth. It's gonna no. Workshop after workshop, same practice we see it. The conspiracy seems to be working. With no help from politicians, so we turn to the people, and this is what we do say. Let's say, let's say, yo we say, how we say, yo we how we say, how we say, we calypso, how we say, how we say, we calypso, how we say, somebody, somebody, how we say, we calypso. Before them to storm high, before you see though, somebody, how we say, we calypso. From the judge, watch it, covered with bullshit. Somebody, how we say the calypso. Oh, the thing, no leadership. Put up your hands and play your shit. Somebody, it's not me. Somebody, how we say the calypso. That's why the calypso will say so. Wondering who's the culprit, there is one day to end this. No one to point finger, because my love for the art form still hold it strong. Giving a little one more, so it can grow. Competition after competition, them who still judging. My carnival spirit they're killing. With no gifts from the FC, should be joining full of money, and I want to be calypso for party. Let's say no we bet, but she's not a friend for 20 years. Let's say no we bet, and we say no we how we say. How we say, we calypso, how we say, how we say, we calypso, how we say, somebody.
Hello, on the telephone, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. But instead of the time they take it to George Calypso, they should really do that differently. In Trinidad, I sat down there on Sunday night, and I took just around 10 to 15 minutes to come and say exactly who was the Calypso monarch that night. And in Dominica, it took us about a whole hour and a half. All the time that happening, that thing should stop. That is real nonsense. The lady got her car, her nice black car right there on, and then no say them again Terry liars. Who was number 1? Who was number 2? Who was number 3? 12 Calypsonians sang that night. In Dominica was only 10. In Trinidad was 12. And it took them 10 to 15 minutes. In Dominica, every year is the same damn shit. Or 1 and a half an hour. That's too long. Give people the results. According to the man just said, from the time them people start to sing, you should be able to start to tabulate their point and know who have that point, who did this and who did that. So you can know exactly what happening. But Dominica, I don't know what happening to us. We're just in a country. We're just in a mess in all what we're trying to do. Bye-bye.
You know what Nashville told me the next day? He said, "Man, the people crown me." So I'm satisfied with that, huh?
Because we under pressure from the general members, time to take people by the ball. Let's say no we bet, but you cannot spend it for 20 years. Let's say no we bet.
On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes.
Hello, Matt. You see the gentleman, the caller who called and
Yes.
analyze everything for you there.
He's a calypso writer and a commentator.
I don't call him his name. I know who is that.
Okay.
I know.
Mhm.
You see how we analyze that for you, man?
Yes,
So that is why I'm saying, if you're a judge, man, I'm saying that you have to have a little knowledge of English. You have to have a command of English language. You have to be able to analyze math. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have all those things. You have to, you cannot just be a judge and have nothing of that. You have to have something. When a person's singing their song, you can analyze it. You can see what they're trying to say. You know, Matt? You have to know a little Creole, a little patois, and those things. You have to know a little literature. You understand, Matt? So when you sit down and the person start to sing, you can say, is that they're saying it? That you can be a judge and you're at C-Mac. That's what I'm always suggesting. And probably, Matt,
Mhm.
as I suggested, maybe they should have
judges for each section.
Yep.
Which like how the Queen Show have for different areas, different sections,
Right.
costume, evening wear, and so on. Maybe they should try that. And I'm saying again, next year, Calypso Association, give us a little bio on the judges and probably try, I'm saying try, get a new slate of judges. Thank you.
Somebody else also a different opinion. Matt, good morning to you. God bless you. The judge's decision is final. Yes, we know that. Doesn't mean that you cannot question the judges as well. I don't care whether this person is a writer. See, well, it's a different opinion. We also respect yours as well. Hello, talk to me, yes? Or you can question judges. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh. Are you there? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right now. Okay.
Okay, for
I like
now.
now the costumes are beautiful, very beautiful. But the bands, some of the songs were not nice at all. They sang on the road.
Okay.
But all in all, it was a very good carnival.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Matt Morning, why Cal Puppy was not at the final? I would really like to ask the judges. But we need to stop that in the place.
Man, nobody can tell me otherwise that one of the judges was a little uncomfortable and ruffled at national calling where the politicians are perverted ways that will get their comma period.
Somebody is not me. Somebody
Believe me, I'll know. I'll find out.
I hearing people talking about Shell should bring back bench. What bench? So what do you mean say? So when Daddy just said the roof leaking, he had to be in a roof every time on the stage then. Nonsense! Nonsense, Matt! Nonsense! The girl win the crown big time. Hey, that's nonsense. The judges should apologize. And they make no mistake. They deliberately do it. You understand? Right? It's time in Dominica people get what they do, my boy. Give people the dues. The girl beat them bad. Hey.
As it relates to the red bench, I think it would have had a better impact. I spoke to both Marlon and Nashel about it. If she had brought it back on the very first time, it would have a bigger impact on the crowd. I think that's what many people are talking about. If you listen to the sound the very, very first time, but they waited until the end. That's what a lot of people are talking about. Because I was in the crowd and people were saying, "Where's the bench? Where's the bench?" 449-3095-96 and 97. Are you there, caller? Are you there? 449. Are you there, caller?
Not in 1910. The judge's decision is final.
Right.
But that doesn't mean the judge's decision is correct. And that doesn't mean we cannot give our own objective view to that.
Opinion,
This thing
of course.
about judge's decision is final. That is what is written on the book.
Mhm.
But I don't mean every time, as I'm saying, everybody makes a little error. We're not
Right.
perfect.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean the judge's decision, we cannot give a little objectivity to it. You understand?
Of
We're not
course.
in 1910. Thank you.
All right, thank you. As I said earlier, my recommendation, 2 sets of judges. So if you have an obvious bias, you would eliminate that automatically.
What was wrong with Mystery Song?
If the points are put into a computer tabulation sheet, maybe the Excel program, as each performance, these points are final and you can't edit. Then by the end of second round, the computer system will tabulate what was input in 2 minutes. That's my point exactly. The computer program. So there was no way to go and deliberate on scores. 10:05. Hello, talk to me. We have a few minutes and we'll go.
Matt,
Yes.
Matt, good morning.
Morning to you. Morning.
Matt, you want to look for me?
Yeah, I didn't see you.
But you didn't look well. Matt, let me say something there.
Say something.
Matt, I heard the Minister of on security.
Security?
The Minister of of security saying on the road on Tuesday night that there is no way Kalpapi should not make the final.
He said that. He said that. He said it.
Yes, I was listening. And I say, wow, that wasn't a mistake. No, they deliberately do what they had to do. But you see, this girl, Matt, Nashel, I met her. I didn't know her. Myself and two of my friends, we met her. And we spoke to her. And she told us, all of us crowned her.
Yep.
And I say, yes, that's a good one. But this girl has deserved a crown, Matt. Because the person they give the crown, they wanted to give a second crown long time. They find it too long, he won a crown, so they have to give him a crown. That is me saying that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Morning, Matt. Good program as usual. Yes. Listen on the outside, controversy, Calypso, Bowies, all sorts of stuff. The song came out at the right time. Everything happened at the right time, and so on. But why can't they do things right in Dominica, man? It's very funny. I mean, from day one, people were just waiting for Nashel. If she make a mistake, Matt, she would not get the crown. And she went through it, Matt. Nobody even thought of anywhere Daddy Chess would come and win the crown, you know? But at the end of the day, Matt, when the judges, Matt, are taking too long, I'm going to give the audience an advice. Call out the king, because they themselves can judge that night and see and know who is the king. What they have to do, start shouting, who is the king? So at that time, you will ruffle their feathers. If they were going to make a different move, they would have to think twice. So if they would say, Nashel, with this roaring of Nashel, the pack would roar, what I tell you. So that's the advice to them. Next time you go to Calypso, before this hour and something, as soon as it's 15 minutes, give them 15 minutes. Start to call the king name. Thank you.
It's not me. Somebody always very Calypso. That's why Calypso waited so.
Somebody say maybe on the WhatsApp, you could invite persons to say who the winner is and tabulate the result. You mean that should happen? All right. On the telephone, we have 2 more minutes and we wrap it up for the morning. Are you there, caller? Yeah?
Yes, Matt, what this caller said a while ago, start shouting the name of the king, I think that is good.
Or the queen.
The queen, whatever.
Yes. All right, the monarch. I think Nashel did very well to get the crown. I would like to know the difference in points. The first round really did not give Daddy Chess the crown and emerged winner. Can they be humble to make changes based on feedback? Presentation was 10 points. Rendition and lyrics, he scored very high. Daddy Chess did not show any leaking roof from the house. Some judges are mentally prepared and not mentally prepared as to who they want to get the crown. They should be challenged.
Somebody always say Calypso. Before the two storm high, they call it below.
Good morning, man. Great advice from the man, the Calypso writer and commentator as well.
Covered with bullshit. Somebody always say Calypso. Hold your sleeve, do your shit. Drop your hands and play me your shit. Somebody, it's not me. Somebody always say Calypso. That's why the Calypso it says so. Somebody always say Calypso. Somebody always say Calypso.
All right, Dominic, let's go. Final call for the morning. We'll be back at the, of course, 1 o'clock hour. How are you doing? Yes?
Yeah, morning. Not bad at all, man. The thing is, I've been listening to the various comments, but there's an article I wrote in the New Chronicle on the 6th of March, 1986. the article was entitled Towards Improving Carnival, and the focus was on Calypso. But in terms of what is being discussed now, because, you know, one of the things I highlighted in the article was the whole question, the practice, let me just read this section, the practice of placing finalists of the preceding year into the semi-finals is a dangerous policy which adversely affects the standard of the finals itself. I've argued before and I'm still prepared to argue without any fear of contradiction that no Calypsonian is good every year. Having said this, I would like to suggest that this system be scrapped in 1988 with an already inadequate system of evaluation. This selection practice mitigates against seasoned campaigners and stifles new voices. Now you keep playing Powizzy all the time. Unfortunately, Powizzy is one of those new voices that was stifled by the system. And this business about having, like, say next year you're going to have the finalists of this year into the competition of next year. Now this is everybody's supposed to start that race same time except whoever is the king. And talking about king, I suspect if they don't look sharp, the ladies going to edge out a lot of men and it might become a female contest. Because if you consider Powizzy was not in, there's this other girl who sang about the, what's her name again? She works with this new place of Nassif on Goodwill Road. So they have now to be looking at the whole question now of a competition for the ladies. Because I understood when what's his name spoke to Wadi Kohli on a program that they have some person doing some consultancy exercise. But I really like to know what the terms of reference of that person is and to what extent that person, besides the whole question of promotion, which comes as an issue this morning. Because a good Calypso will promote itself, you know. These are some of the things we have to keep in mind. We have to make sure that when those Calypsos are written, other people in the Caribbean, other people in the world can sing them too. They don't have to be limited to the Dominican context. You see, because I mean, you take a Calypso like by our friend from deceased body from Montserrat, feeling hot. You got
Arrow.
all sorts of versions of that. You know, because it was a powerful song, and we have to make sure. Because I'm going to try to photocopy this thing. You'll have a look at it and you'll study it, and we could have some discussions on this thing.
All right, I'll tell you what, we've got to go though, but interesting discussion there. Present me with the article so I can take a look. Next here, Jolly's Pharmacy.
Someone needs to answer questions. They stifle in the answer. If they can live so good, it's gonna no. Workshop after workshop, same recipes we see it. The conspiracy seems to be working. With no help from politicians, so we turn to the people, and this is what we say. Let's stay, you'll be there, but you